moving on, man, we're going to move over to the NFL, and some big news just came out as it's made it official. Kellen Moore and the New Orleans Saints have agreed, and now Kellen Moore will now become the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints. BC, you're a Bucs fan. You're a Bucs guy through and through. This is your division, man. Why don't you go ahead and lead us on the charge of this one, man?
I mean, I don't see this moving the needle quite as much for New Orleans. I mean, they're trying to get a new system going after basically wiping the floor the last few seasons with a lot of the old roster, obviously like Drew Brees back in 2021. Like losing so many of their guys. They're just kind of grasping at straws. I like Kellen Moore as an offensive mind. I think he's good. I think he's solid, but I don't see this as something where, oh my gosh, this is going to take New Orleans over the top. This is going to be the thing that gets them to the Super Bowl. It's not a culture change to me. I see, just to kind of go back to basketball real quick, I kind of see like Kellen Moore as maybe like a Mark Jackson, as a guy that can maybe help reorganize some things, reshuffle the deck a little bit, but he's not going to be that guy that puts you over the top, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Kellen Moore's had an interesting rise. He was with the Cowboys for 4 years. He had a 64% winning percentage with the Cowboys. Then he ended up he's been an offensive coordinator for 6 years, ended up going over to the Chargers. That one really didn't work out. He only had like a 16% winning percentage there, but the Chargers weren't a good team at that point either. And then he comes to Philadelphia, had a 94% winning percentage, and obviously comes away with the Super Bowl. I think Kellen Moore's a good. I think he'll be a good OC, and I think he's going to be able to relate with Derek Carr. Derek Carr kind of needs a resurgence. They signed Derek Carr for a while, and Derek Carr just hasn't really been able to live up to it. A little bit of injury plague in there as well. But I kind of like what Kellen Moore is going to do. I think he's going to be able to run the ball with Kamara, and I think he's going to make Derek Carr a better quarterback in the long run. Mike, man, he was a Cowboys offensive coordinator for a little bit. What's your thoughts on this one?
I think he's a good coach for the Saints, honestly. I think the Saints' only problem was offense. Their defense was pretty good. It was decent. It wasn't amazing. But obviously, when you have an offense that can't even score, like, it's going to be hard for the defense to actually play good if they're going to be out there on the field so much. They get tired. They lose energy. They lose desire to try to win a game. So when you have a coach like this that can come in and change the whole dynamic of the offense when it comes to passing and rushing the ball, I think it's going to be good for them. Maybe they won't become championship contenders for sure. I agree with BC there, but it's it's a step in the right direction in my opinion.
Yeah, you want to know something pretty wild about this move as well is that the New Orleans Saints also announced that they're hiring Brandon Staley as their defensive coordinator. That's who Kellen Moore picked. Ironically, Brandon Staley was the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers when Kellen Moore was the OC. So they basically switched roles. So now he's in charge. We're telling him, which I think Staley was a good defensive coordinator, but he just wasn't a good head coach. I don't think he can figure that part out. Some people just aren't meant to do it. Steve Spagnuolo, one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time. Vic Fangio. These guys, that happens with these guys. Some of these guys are just not meant to be the X's and O's all the time kind of guy that can run the offense. Cliff Kingsbury was rumored to go get offered the job for the Saints, but I guess he turned it down because he obviously sees the writing on the wall. I got a great quarterback, and I got a great team that's on the rise here. So I don't blame him one bit at all for not taking that job. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be very interesting. So you're not really worried, huh, PC?
No, not for the immediate future. No, like I said, it's something where it's an improvement over what they had last year. But as far as where it's going to be this year, next couple of years, not as much.
Yeah, no, it's going to be definitely TBD. And I think he's going to be able to, like I was saying, I think he's going to be able to help Derek Carr out and kind of give him a boost that he kind of needs.